Hey, it's Zachary Como, Senior Editor of CE Pro. Today I have Kevin Learmann, Sales Manager of Home and Yacht Americas at L-Acoustics. Kevin is here with me to discuss the latest trends in the home theater market and how L-Acoustics meets demand for high-quality audio solutions for home entertainment. Kevin, thanks for joining me and CE Pro.
Zachary, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so let's talk about the home theater market and those trends. What are you guys seeing at L-Acoustics?
Yeah, so we continue to see high levels of interest in home entertainment. I think that's something that really came to the forefront during COVID as people began spending more time at home, maybe more time than they wanted, and wanted to upgrade their entertainment options and their entertainment experiences. Um, we especially see that in the kind of the premium quality level and in the high net worth individual spheres is where I see a lot of growth. But Business Research Insights has predicted roughly 16% growth annually in the home theater market. So this year they're predicting just under about $30 million US, but by 2031 that'll be under just $80 million US. So there's lots of great growth potential there.
Yeah, certainly a great opportunity. So how are you guys responding to those trends?
Yeah, so it's not so much that we're responding as that we're just perfectly positioned to assist integrators. So, in addition to home theater, we see big pushes for outdoor audio. We see interest in immersive and spatial audio. We see some really unique things happening in different parts of the country with outbuildings that are sort of designed as audio meccas. One of our partners, the Premier Group in Indianapolis, recently completed a party barn for a client in the Midwest, and another integrator, Audio Video Systems or AVS New York, recently did an indoor pickleball court for one of their clients in the New York area. And one of the things that really excites me, Zachary, is I've seen more interest again in audio quality. Convenience sort of ruled the day for a long time, but with the advances that we've seen in storage and compression, not compression of the quality of the file, but compression and the size of the file for streaming. We've seen renewed interest in that again, and I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, that party barn definitely sounds like a fun time.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah. Um, so L-Acoustics obviously has extensive experience in professional sound. So how has that shaped your approach to developing home cinema systems?
Yeah. So in terms of responding to the market, I mean, we've been recognized for 40 years. This is our 40th anniversary as a company, as the leader in the professional audio market. And by that, I mean touring, festivals, large performance halls, those sorts of venues. I mean, we do more than 50% of the festivals worldwide. Festivals like Coachella in California, Tomorrowland in Belgium, Rock Candy in China, and so many more. And we've developed software over the years to allow us to model those. In fact, we were the first company to bring real-time acoustic software modeling software to the market. There are others that do it now, but we're still the most advanced when it comes to that. So the same software that we use to figure out how audio is going to sound in Radio City Music Hall or the Royal Albert Hall in London or the Hollywood Bowl in California is the same software that we use to predict how accurately predict how sound will occur in your home theater or in your backyard. And that really ties into CEDIA's big push for RP22 or the immersive audio standards. Because of how we report our specifications and the advanced nature of our software, we can actually provide a heat map that will show your customer how that theater will perform or how their backyard will perform before anything's ever installed. And we can also accurately show its compliance with RP22 and even that level of compliance and or design to it.
Right, and that's a good segue into my next question. What are the key innovations in your home cinema solutions that you think set L-Acoustics apart?
Yeah, well, to answer that accurately, we actually have to go back 40 years to the inception of our company. So our company was founded by Dr. Christian Heil, and Dr. Heil is a particle physicist. I mean, that was his full-time job. He went to a Pink Floyd concert in the late 70s, so I guess it might have been Dark Side of the Moon. Had a wonderful experience, could not get the idea out of his head because he's always had a passion for music of how that concert could have been better, the things that could be done to make it be even more accurate and reflective of the experience that one could have with the album. And it's that unique perspective of being a particle physicist where he tended to think about sound the same way we think about light that allowed him to perfect line array speaker technology. So that had been at a huge stalling point. And now all of those giant speaker hangs that you'll see at performance halls and festivals where it's curved, that is the essence of his research and his ability to perfect that technology. But we haven't stopped there. I mean, there was the advent of our sound vision software, which allows us to accurately model how audio will perform in a space. And now we've even come out with something called ELISA, which is a spatial audio technology that we use to put the finishing touch on it. We believe we have the best speakers that technology will allow today. We believe we have the best amplification and DSP that technology will allow today, but we still understand there's a psychoacoustic disconnect that can occur. And in the residential market, we've probably all experienced this at least once. You'll get a call from somebody and they'll say, "Hey, I had another company install some speakers in my living room, and they sound great when I play music, but the speech sounds garbled. Can you come out and take a look at them?" So you come out and you'll quickly see that the TV's on the wall in front of them and somebody's installed speakers over their head or, God forbid, behind them. So whenever dialogue is playing, there's a psychoacoustic disconnect that occurs. They see the mouth moving in front of them, the sounding is coming from up above them, and subconsciously in their brain, they begin to ramp up because there's this cognitive dissonance. Why do I see the mouth moving over there and hear the music up from above me? Why do I see that? Why do I hear this? That can spin up to the point where it actually uses enough of our processing power that it impacts our ability to decode speech.
Hmm.
And so we realize that even in the live performance space, if you've got a band on a stage, the drummer's off to the right, the guitar player's off to the left, I don't know where the bass player is, and the singer's running all over the place. But all of the sound is just coming directly at you, regardless of where they're positioned and regardless of where they move. That same cognitive dissonance is occurring at a certain level in your brain. So with ELISA technology, we create a spatial audio speaker layout. Think of Dolby Atmos on steroids. And we can either choreograph, mix live, or even put trackers on the performers. So as they move across the stage or out into the audience, the sound follows them. It's sort of the chef's kiss, right? On top of all of that great technology to remove that last little impedance to making it sound the best that it possibly can.
Great. Yeah, so now it's time to get us a little bit excited for CEDIA Expo. What are you guys doing recently? What products have you guys introduced? And what should we expect to see at CEDIA?
Yeah, so we've introduced a couple of new speakers into our X series lineup. In our world, that's short throw, but keep in mind for us, short throw is anything under about 50 feet. So plenty for most rooms and most spaces in a residential environment. It's the X6i and X8i. These are two speakers roughly the size of bookshelf speakers, but they will play louder and kick harder and more clearly than just about any full-size speaker that you will run across. So we're very excited about adding those to our lineup. And in addition to that, we will have a great demo at CEDIA this year where we'll be showing a full Dolby Atmos system. We're booking slots for that, so that'll be an exciting demo. We're partnered up with other players like Barco and MetVR and Storm, so it'll be a great opportunity for attendees to see that. And of course, we always have demo capabilities in our showrooms in Los Angeles, and we've just remodeled the one actually in London. If anybody's going to be in the UK, that's pretty fantastic. But those are the key elements. I would say that a lot of our innovation lately has also been around the aesthetics of our speakers. So we've taken the more popular models that get used in residential applications, and we've created recessed versions of those that can go in walls and in ceilings. We've also added RAL custom color capability to it. So there's over 200 different colors that you could choose from to either have your speakers match existing decor or an element in the room, or if an interior designer also wanted to create a design statement, they could. In fact, recently in the spring issue of Technology Designer, there was a great article in there about the resurgence of listening rooms. And one of the features in that article was a fashion designer from Milan. Now he lives mostly in Ibiza these days, but his name is Marcelo Bruno. And he has a pair of Siva and Siva Low speakers. Those are the tall, skinny speakers, like you saw at Adele's one night only performance at Griffith Observatory in California, docked into a low frequency box as well to create a full range speaker.
Mm.
They're about 7 feet tall. They look really cool. And he's got those in his living room, and he had those custom painted country blue. And that's a color that he uses often in his designs, and it's also a design element in his home.
Yeah, honestly, that is one of my favorite parts of CEDIA, just seeing these gigantic screens, gigantic speakers, and this, all this cool stuff on this massive scale. It's really neat to see this stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
we have big speakers too, but we have very tiny speakers. Our X4i and our X4R are essentially a 4-inch cube. Those can go in a wall or in a ceiling. They can go on a little stand. They can go on a garden stake in a yard. And like all of our speakers, because of our festival background, they're marine rated. So every speaker that we make is fully marine rated. Everything that we use in the residential sphere is an IP55. And even our amplifiers don't require extreme conditioning of the environment that they're in. I mean, if you think about Coachella, we've got amplifiers in metal shipping containers in the desert in the summer
yeah,
that are operating 24 hours a day. And although we can move air in those boxes, they still get up to temperatures of 120, and these things operate fine.
true.
So if you have a client who is putting in outdoor audio as an afterthought, there's no clear path from the head end in the other corner of the basement of the home, but you've got a pool bar, a shed, a garage, something that has access to it that's not conditioned. You can still put our amplifiers in there and build them an amazing outdoor audio system.
Right, right, awesome. Yeah, definitely looking forward to catching up at CEDIA. Kevin, thanks for telling us about L-Acoustics home theater solutions, and I'm sure we'll learn more as we approach CEDIA Expo coming up in September.
Well, thank you, Zachary. This has been a great opportunity, and I've enjoyed speaking with you.
Great, thank you very much.